not hard to fool me. No. 'Cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yeah. Lead the way. I follow. No need to say. No. Where we are heading now, babe. I follow. To the edge of it all. To the edge of it all. So tell your good lies. 'Cause I'll find a better one. Yeah. Susceptible life. Before the moment flies. Ooh. So tell your good lies. 'Cause I'll find a better one. Ooh. Susceptible life. Before the moment flies.
All right, guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the Locked In Podcast. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas and all that shit. Welcome back to the Locked In Podcast, your home for personal development tips, sports news, music, and much, much more. Tonight, if you guys saw the promo, we're doing an Eagles Christmas special with the Dallas game approaching on Christmas Eve. You know what it is. Got to get back to the sports realm, especially with the Eagles making the playoff push. They're in a big spot right now. Looking to coast. They need to win one more of their next 3 games in order to clinch that number 1 seed. So we're there. But guys, before we even get started, I want to welcome back guest Marius Raffaelli. Thank you for joining us tonight, Marius. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, what's up, Locked In Nation? Good to be here, man. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine, man. I'm doing fine. I'm happy that tomorrow's gonna be Friday, and let's get it, man.
Yeah, man. I'm happy you're able to make it, man, amongst all the craziness with, Christmas around the corner. We do have my boy Rob LaVenture coming on tonight, too. Marius knows Rob as well. Rob said he'll be about 5 minutes late, so he'll be in here shortly. So, yeah, man, I'm excited to talk about this one tonight. Some things we'll talk about, obviously, the Eagles-Cowboys matchup, first and foremost, because, that's the closest thing that's on the schedule. We got them on Saturday. And we'll also talk a little bit about playoff implications tonight, guys. We'll also talk a little bit about the Jalen Hurts injury. You guys saw today. It's official off the injury report. Looks like Gardner Minshew will officially be starting this Saturday. And also, we'll talk about Dallas Goedert's return, too. That's a big thing. Goddard's finally back after, I think it was week 9 or 10 when he got hurt against the Redskins, or, the Commanders nowadays. That was a big loss for us, but we've been able to win every single game since he's been out, which has been critical, but it's still a big loss. So it's good to have him back on the field. Yeah, I'm excited for this one. Guys, I see a few people are joining in. I'm going to play the intro, Mario, and then on the other side, we can just hop right into it. I don't want to take up too much of anybody's time since I know it's a little crazy right now with the holidays. But all right, man, I will see you on the other side.
See you, man.
All right, guys, what is going on to anybody who has joined after the intro? See, there's one or two people that kind of popped in. Nice topic. We're back to the sports segment. We're talking about the Philadelphia Eagles. As I see Rob's here, let me admit Robin. Yo, what's going on, dog?
Yo, what's up, fellas?
Yo, what's up,
Go
bro?
Birds.
Go Birds, man. What's going on, man?
I
Merry
got
Christmas.
the gear already ready to go, man. Let's go,
Yes,
man.
sir. Yes, sir.
We getting ready for that big win on Saturday, man. Let's go.
Yeah, man. We all got the gear on, man. I got the hash. Y'all got the shirts on, man. Let's go. Big one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
First, just want to say happy holidays, fellas.
Yes, yes. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you guys.
Yeah, happy
Oh,
holidays to
sir.
you as well, my man.
Yeah, man.
2023 is on the rise. Yeah, let's get to it, man.
Let's go, man. I'm ready for it. Yeah, man. You got here actually at a good time, man. We already got through all the intro BS, so now it's literally like when we're gonna start the topic. So perfect timing, man.
Awesome.
I just kind of told people, I was like, obviously the Eagles are in a big spot right now. They just got to win one more game to get that number one seed. Dallas did us a favor, early Christmas present, if you will, last week, losing to Doug Peterson. So obviously,
And I heard Dougie P got treated to some cheesesteaks too, man. So that's what's up.
I saw that. I saw that, man. Dude, it's like Dallas always finds a way, man. I don't know what it is to mess things up. They always find a way.
Oh,
I know some Cowboys fans will probably watch into this and they'll be hating or something. They'll be like, "Oh, y'all are haters." I mean, y'all mess it up for yourself, realistically. I mean, y'all been messing things up since 1996.
They still holding on to that Super Bowl, man. They still
Crazy.
holding on.
Got to dust off the VHS tapes, man, to watch. Yeah. I mean, like that's why realistically, I always never have any faith in Dallas in the playoffs. I couldn't like ESPN. I feel like hypes them up just so there's a talking point because they're a big market. Like they like to hype Dallas up, but from a realistic standpoint, like they gave them, what was it, a few weeks ago, 50% chance to reach the Super Bowl. They gave the Eagles a 30% chance, and the Niners a 30% chance. It's like, how do you see Dallas better than Philly or San Francisco right now is beyond me. Like, I just think it's a hype.
Yeah, especially considering that most likely the road to the Super Bowl through the NFC will come through Philly. What makes them think any of those teams are going to win in Philadelphia?
Yeah. And even San Francisco, like Dallas will have to go to San Francisco if they play San Francisco. And I'll be honest, I think that they're the Eagles' scariest opponent in the NFC. If you to play in the playoffs is
For sure.
San Francisco for sure. Even at the 2 seed, Vikings do not scare me. They don't scare me at all, man. Another team that I feel like in the big moment will find a way to choke.
Their record is so overrated. I don't know how they keep winning these games, but like I think almost all their wins have come by like one score. It's crazy.
Yeah, but a good team won't allow you to come back in late in games like that. See, like they beat the Colts, but I mean the Colts are not a good team. The Eagles struggle with them because they had a new coach. Like I feel like they were trying to play hard for Jeff Saturday when they first played him, but realistically, a good team's not going to allow you to come back from down 30 points. Like if you lose down 30, if you let a team come back 30 on you, you deserve to not be where you're at. So
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah, so I basically said tonight, we're going to talk obviously about the Dallas matchup on Saturday. That's the big thing in front of us right now. Playoff implications, the Hurts injury, Dallas Goedert's return, all the main stuff. Even before the Dallas one thing I guess I'll start with real quick. Jalen Hurts, the news was out today. Looks like Minshew is going to be starting on Saturday. I'll get your gentlemen's thoughts. But I actually, first and foremost, I like that Hurts is going to sit out for that one. I'd rather him not play. If there's a potential that Dallas is going to injure him worse, you know what I mean? We only need one win realistically, to get that number one seed. I'd rather Hurts just be healthy. And I think it would be even more embarrassing if Gardner Minshew goes in there on Saturday and beats them in Dallas. Whew, I think that's going to be hilarious. Like,
yes. See, the only harm with that is I have Jalen Hurts on my fantasy team, and I have a bench of. So that's the part that sucks. And I'm in the playoffs right now in fantasy. But disregarding that, like you said, in reference to the Eagles, Yeah, definitely just rest them. Like we already have a good spot in the playoffs. Definitely rest them. We don't want them getting hurt. Save them for the playoffs, and let's see what Gardner Minshew can do. See what he can do. We have an excellent team. All he has to do is just not turn over the ball, and we can probably win that game. And if we beat them without Hurts, there'd be no question when the playoffs come.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. I think we should shut Hurts down not just for the game on Saturday, but for the whole like season, including the game against the Saints and the Giants. I don't think it's worth the risk. We're in a good spot right now. We're 13-1. All we need, even if we lose the game to Dallas, all we need to win is just one game to clinch the NFC and the home field. So I think we're in good spot right now. I think Minshew will probably win one of these next 3 games. So just sit Hurts out. It ain't worth the risk. Let him come back fully healthy for the playoffs, and let's get it, man.
The only risk with that, I would say, is we don't want him to get cold. Like he was in a rhythm, and then if he just stops playing for 3 weeks and throw him in the playoffs, ugh.
Yeah, but my concern is though, man, if you take a chance and let's just say somebody sacks him or somebody hits him the wrong way, man, that
Yeah,
shoulder could get fucked up even more than what it is now. And
yeah,
now you potentially not only lose him for the season, but could you potentially lose him for the
the
playoffs?
playoffs. Yeah, it's
So
a double-edged sword.
I think it's better just to sit him out. Take your chances with him being cold in the playoffs. You'll be home. You'll have that home crowd of for you and stuff. So I think you're better off going down that route.
Yeah, I like the push pull there, man, because I was actually going to say the same thing on a rebuttal that Rob was just saying there. So the pros of it are, I don't think that realistically there's a chance in hell the Philly's going to lose 3 straight games with Minshew. Even if we don't beat Dallas on Saturday, I don't think there's a chance in hell the Saints come into Lincoln Financial and beat us. And even if that, God forbid, that happened, which I don't believe, I don't think the Giants after that would be able to come in here and beat us. I don't. So that's the pros that I think you could rest Hurts the rest of the way and still be fine. But the cons, like Rob said, if you rest a quarterback at this point, you figure you're resting them this week, next week, in 2 weeks, and then you have a bye round 1. You get that 1 seed, so he's off essentially for a month. That's the only thing that you fear at that point is him getting cold. But I would say it depends on who we play in the essentially our first round after the bye. It would depend on who we play. You figure we're not going to be playing San Francisco, right? Because obviously San Fran would, I think they have the 3rd seed at least locked up right now. So even if every team lost, like you know what I mean, even if every team won, we're not going to play a San Fran. We might play Dallas in the second round, but it would essentially depend on who you play. If we could play like a Giants or a Commanders in the first round of the playoffs, I think even with Hurts being cold, we'd probably be fine. You could just run the ball down their throat, but it would
Now,
depend on who you're playing.
I think we are going to play Dallas in the first round because I think they're going to lock in that the first wild card seed. So they're most likely going to
Man.
play the winner of the NFC South, which is a garbage division. And then once I don't think the other 2 wild cards are going to be strong enough to beat either Minnesota or San Francisco. So most likely Minnesota and San Francisco will probably play each other in the divisional round. It's a toss up as to who's going to have the home field. So that's going to most likely lead us to play that winner of the wild card. So which will probably most likely be Dallas. So that's going to be crazy. An NFC divisional game between us and Dallas if that happens. Holy shit, man! Like, damn, we'll be home. It's going to be. I can
Oh,
only
it'll be
imagine
rocking.
how like rocking Lincoln Financial Field is going to be if that happened. Like, I'm like, damn.
Man. It will be absolutely crazy. I see Todd my boy Todd commented in down there. He said, "Got to play Hurts as soon as he's healthy. Team needs momentum."
I
Yeah,
kind of agree.
yeah, I think there's going to be a little bit of back and forth with people. The only, you know what, I could play devil's advocate here. I could say, you could maybe do a little bit of both. You could literally maybe have him play against the Saints or something like that, a team because the Saints aren't, I mean, the Giants might try to come in and hurt them. Cowboys might try to come in and hurt them. Not a division game. You play against the Saints. You just make sure Hurts does not take chances. You see, like if you're the team, you got to say Hurts. If anybody's coming at you, get rid of that ball immediately. Don't let I know that kind of doesn't play to Jalen Hurts' game, but just make smart decisions. Do not you got a good offensive line in front of him. We got one.
Really good.
Honestly, could be the
Number
best
one.
offensive line. Yeah,
Number
number
one.
one offensive
Yeah,
line
I
in the
think
league.
we're the best. Yeah.
So Saints don't really have a solid pass rush. If you are going to insert him at any point, I would say maybe that game. Don't even if he doesn't play the whole game, insert him for some reps, for a quarter, 2 quarters, something. You know what I mean? Like I could see that too. I know you you also fear him getting hurt, but I don't know, man. Also, a month off could
He's a big piece,
Yeah.
man. Like he's a big piece. That's our quarterback. It's not like it's a running back or a receiver, and you can, mix and play, man. You lose your quarterback, man. That's a huge loss. Like I
you
know,
do.
I know most people say that like what happened in 2017 with Nick Foles, but like that's like once in a lifetime, man. Most likely we'll probably never see
Like
something like
in a
that happen
bottle.
again. Like,
Yeah,
like
but
I don't want to lose my starting quarterback, man. He's been playing so well. Like
I'll
I
tell
want
you,
to make sure he's 100% fully healthy.
I'll tell
I
you
hear
what, guys.
you.
I'll
I
tell
hear
you
you.
what, guys. It's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
We're sitting pretty with like one win away from being a number one seed. It's like it's a good problem to have. Most teams probably wish they were in our predicament right now.
Right.
Like so it's going to be interesting to see what they decide to do. I could really see them if they beat Dallas, like locking them down for the rest. I could really see that. Now, if we lose to Dallas, I could see maybe they do insert them for the Saints game because they said it might
Yeah.
just be 1 week. I think at that point they probably will. It all depends on what they do this week. Um, but yeah, you're right, Marius. But one thing I will tell you is I think that this team is even better than that team that was around Foles. I really do. I really believe that team was very special in 2018. I think this team is even better. I think this team is better than the 04 team that went to the Super Bowl. We're all relatively healthy besides this little minor Hurts injury. Goddard's coming back. This team is ridiculously talented.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. The TO in '04 was unstoppable, bro. I don't know who's gonna
AJ,
guard him on this current
AJ
defense.
Brown's almost the same, man. Like the way
Yeah, similar type. And we
dude,
got Devonta to compliment him.
exactly.
We
And
didn't
you
have
see
that in '04.
exactly Goddard, and then on top of it, I know and then the running back game, and then what Hurts can do. Hurts like right now, man, he plays at his top level, man. He looks better than McNabb. So I'm like, this looks like scary good, man.
I don't know, man. I just have special love for that 2014. I'm sick of that team. Just my personal opinion, man. I think T.O. is probably one of the greatest receivers I've ever seen. He'll just mow down anybody. We had Brian Westbrook at running back. McNabb was at the peak of his powers in '04.
Yeah,
Speaking of
that was
tight
a
ends,
good
man,
team.
remember we had Chad Lewis. That offensive
LJ
line back
Smith.
then was not bad either. And then on the defense, B-Dog, Jeremiah Trotter, like that team was just loaded from top to bottom. Like that
Yeah,
was just it's just such a shame that we couldn't just bring home that Lombardi trophy because that team, out of all
was
the
loaded.
Eagles teams, I think that was the team that deserved it the most.
Mm, yeah.
Hollis Thomas will tell you.
Hollis Thomas, yep.
He'll tell you about that.
He'll tell you, man. He said McNabb was out drinking the night before.
Oh,
Problem, man. Like he said, a lot of people were pissed off at him, man. And you see, that's why he was throwing up and shit on the Super Bowl, man.
He couldn't just wait 24 hours, man. Come on.
Unreal.
that interception he threw near the end of the game, that devastated me. Man, the city was so down that day. I still remember that day like it was yesterday. The day after we lost that Super Bowl.
I know, man. It was just so disappointing. And it's crazy with all the stuff that the Patriots did with the Spygate and everything. We still had an opportunity to win that game, even with all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, as much as I love Andy Reid, man, his time management at the end of that game was just awful. Just god awful, man. I'm like that. I think his time management hurt more than McNabb's last interception, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. I don't know how you're down 10 points and that touchdown drive at the end. It took like almost 7 minutes off the clock. I'm like, dude, what the hell? I'm like, bro, you're down 10 points and it takes you almost 7 minutes to score a touchdown with like, I think when we got the ball, like when they had the ball, it was only like 2 minutes left. I'm like, dude, what the hell are you going to do with 2 minutes?
that's insane, man. I was saying though, man. I think like you speak of T.O., man. AJ Brown right now. They said he is the last time we had a receiver like AJ Brown was Terrell Owens, man. T.O. was the last time, dude, that we had a receiver of this magnitude. The way AJ Brown is playing is out of this world. Like he's playing ridiculous.
Yep. And I think Howie Roseman deserves to be executive of the year after pulling off that trade.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's like Rob said too with Devontae. We have another receiver complimenting him that is a top tier receiver. We didn't really have that as much with T.O., man. Like we have that here now. And then Chad Lewis is obviously phenomenal tight end. Dallas Goddard kind of matches there. I would say the one key factor is quarterback, man. McNabb, like he was always a good quarterback, right? But he also had Andy Reid as his coach, man. He had a good offense. Like Hurts has potential to be better. It's only year 3 for Jalen, second full year. So obviously he got a lot of time.
Oh
Still,
yeah,
but
no, I agree. Yeah, no, I mean, if he keeps going at this level, yeah, he's gonna surpass like he if he continues to go at this level, he's probably gonna be one of like he's probably going to end up being the best Eagles quarterback of all time.
yeah, he
Like
could go on the
I
book.
wouldn't be
Wow.
surprised because it's so yeah, like yeah, it's not like he's in like year 10 or year 11. Like this is only year 2, and the improvements have been vast. So if he goes at this level, like I wouldn't be surprised. He'll probably surpass McNabb within the next few years, depending there's no
Yeah.
roadblocks.
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Yeah.
So
And I mean, I doubted Hurts at the beginning of the season, man, especially after that Buccaneers game
You
in
weren't
the
the only
playoffs
one.
last year. Man, he looked terrible. I was just like, is he really going to be the quarterback of our future? But man, all props to him, man. He worked hard. He worked ethic. You could tell he just improved in every way. So, and he's constantly still trying to improve. That's what I love about his mentality. I'm always looking to grow. I'm a great leader, and much respect to him, man. Much respect.
absolutely, man. Well said. Yeah, no. To be honest, man, like I was the same way, man. When he first came here and when they wanted to get rid of Wentz and stuff, man, I was kind of a doubter, man. Like I didn't really believe that much. And then last year, I the same thing, man. That Tampa Bay Buccaneers game in the playoffs, man. I just he did not look good, and I was just like, yeah, like I was like all for like to be honest, I was completely wrong, but man, I was like telling them they should entertain like the Deshaun Watson or Russell Wilson. You see how bad Russell Wilson's playing this year. It's crazy, man. Like I think Seattle knew something that he was on the decline. But back to Jalen Hurts though, man. Like, yeah, this kid definitely put the work in the offseason, man. You can absolutely tell this kid's a hustler. He's a gamer. Like, and I agree with you, Rob. He continues to stay humble and put the work in. You can tell he just always bent on improving like every single week.
Hmm.
And the kid's definitely special. It's inspiring, man. He's like it's inspiring to anybody, man. You know what I mean? Like the entire city, like just seeing how this kid in one off season, how hard he worked is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Nah, man. Yeah, I mean, I knew he was a good runner because I used to watch him when he was at Alabama and Oklahoma. So I knew he could run the ball. But the question was, could he throw?
Throw the
And
ball.
that it's crazy because like Rob, you weren't the only doubter, man. I would hear on the radio like throughout the summer that like, oh, trade Hurts, get somebody else that has more experience and stuff like that. And I'm so glad that we stuck with him, man, because now we get to enjoy the fruits of his labor, man. He went out there, he worked hard, he improved his game, and now I mean I think he deserves to win the MVP over Patrick Mahomes, man. I really, really do. I hope the shoulder injury doesn't derail that man, but I think he deserves it. With what he's been able to do, I think he deserves the MVP.
I
100%.
I agree. The only thing I will say is if he doesn't play any more games the rest of the year, they probably will give it to Mahomes, man. Like just being
Hmm.
realistic, they probably will because Mahomes will have 3 more games or at least 2 more games. I don't know where the Chiefs will sit coming week 18, but I would say the unfortunate reality is they probably will give it to Mahomes if Hurts doesn't play 1 more game the rest of the year.
Right, right. Because
Yeah.
Mahomes' numbers, his numbers is way higher than Jalen's. We're not looking at, they don't really look at the impact on the field. They do, but the numbers is just screaming for Mahomes. And if he don't play the last 2 games, unfortunately, I agree with Steve. They might give it to Mahomes, even though I'm all for Jalen. But it's the
Yeah.
reality of it.
Yeah. I that's the thing. Like passing touchdowns, it's Mahomes. Rushing touchdowns, it's not even close. If you combine, like a lot of people like to leave rushing touchdowns off the table when it comes to
Hmm.
comparing an MVP for a quarterback
Quarterback,
specifically.
yeah.
But yeah, they just like to look at those passing touchdowns. But if you combine Hurts's passing touchdowns with his throwing touchdowns, and you look at Mahomes, I think he is short by one, or either that or they're even tied, like dead even tied, like on total touchdowns. But they like to, skew the statistics a lot of times. They like to just pick and choose what statistics they like to look at when they
Hmm.
try to pick the MVP for a quarterback.
Yeah, I just look at the impact on the field. Like to compare
Right,
the Eagles team to how they were last year and whatnot, like the
right.
improvement is like so vast. So that's why I would give it to Hurts. But I get it. Like if he misses
100%.
3 games, it's very unfortunate. They might give it to Mahomes, but I look at the bigger picture. Even if he doesn't win the MVP, as long as we have him healthy for the playoffs, we have a good chance of not only getting to the Super Bowl but probably winning it too.
All right.
Agreed.
Give Mahomes his MVP. We'll take the Super Bowl ring.
Yeah. Last time I checked, you don't get a parade down Broad Street winning the MVP.
No,
So
not for
I'm good, man.
MVP. Forget
I'll take the
that.
Super Bowl.
Exactly. Exactly. We want the big one, man. We don't care about all that. That's the funniest thing is like I love the Sixers and I love Joel Embiid, man. But it seemed like when he didn't get that MVP last year, man, he was sulking, man. He was sour about it, man. I'm like, come on, man. At the end of the day, just go get the championship, bro. Like, who cares about that award, man? They know that they don't like Philly, dude. Like, just like, bro, just go get what you're gonna. You know what I mean? Go get the big one. That's the one that matters, man. But that's funny. I think coach of the year could definitely go to Sirianni. One I would actually say is a little underrated. I'll say what Pete Carroll's doing with the Seahawks, man. Like with Geno Smith. Like honestly, I thought that they were going to be absolutely terrible this year, man. Getting rid of Russell Wilson and like, dude, that team is still in the mix for a playoff spot.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Shout out to Geno, man. He revived his career.
Yeah,
Playing amazing MVP level, like. And Pete Carroll believed in him. So, like you said, Pete Carroll, definitely up there for Coach of the Year. He probably won't win because his record, but
that's
Todd said another one. Dan Campbell, same thing with record. Probably won't get it, man. But yeah, dude, he's got the Lions playing, man, and they're another team that has a potential to actually make the playoffs right now. We thought they were dead and out. Like they've been winning games.
Jared Goff. See him? Oh man,
he got MVP numbers almost, man. Like he's the top 5 quarterbacks, man. And their record don't show it. Their defense is terrible.
Yeah.
I know, but the guy Shanahan in San Francisco, man, he's a good candidate too, man. What he's been doing with Purdy, man, winning these last 2 games against blowing out Brady and the Bucks, and then going up to Seattle to clinch the NFC West. Like he should be up there running as well, man. I mean, that system they have in San Francisco is amazing. Like. You can just plug and play any quarterback, man, and they'll make them like successful.
That team scares me, man. That San Francisco. I think if the Eagles play our game, we could beat them. It's going to be in the link if we play them anyway. But that team, man, they're the Eagles. I think biggest challenge. I mean, besides like the Super Bowl, depending on who you get, you know, you'll have your pick of the way. The AFC is like competitive. You got the Chiefs, the Bills, Cincy. You have the Dolphins. I don't know if I really buy Miami though, man. Like, I don't know. It's weird. Like, I don't like. There's a lot of people that want Miami. Like, I don't know, man. I still need to see Miami, do something. But I think it's mainly the Bengals.
If Lamar Jackson comes back, the Ravens.
Maybe we'll see. I feel like the
Ravens. I mean, they're still winning. They're winning ugly, but they're winning, so they're still up there. I think they're 9-4 or 10-4, so they have.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that about McCaffrey. Him stepping into the 49ers changed the dynamic of the team. You could see the complete switch when McCaffrey got there.
Yeah, for real, he really did. Yeah, they really did, man. That's the one reason the Niners also like now they added McCaffrey on top of having that defense. This team could be ridiculous. That's why Purdy, I think, I'll be honest, he had a really good game against Tampa Bay. But I'll be honest, like you could just plug a quarterback into that system, man. They got a really solid system up there in San Francisco. It's
this is their 3rd quarterback. Like their main quarterback went down with a season-ending injury. Garoppolo came in. He hurt his ankle, so now the 3rd quarterback is coming in, and they're still winning. It's crazy. Like, I don't know how they're doing it, man. They have good management. They know how to trade for players. They know which players to get. They have a good coaching staff. Like, you're right, Steve. I mean, man, they're going to be a challenge, man. I don't fear the Vikings. I don't fear the Cowboys. I don't fear any of the teams. San Francisco, man, I'll be concerned if we got to play them.
Debo went down, though, right? Debo's out for the year?
I don't think he's out for the year, but he is injured. I don't know if he's out for the year, though.
Okay.
I have to double check. I don't know if it's out for the year, but I think he might be out for the season, but he might be coming back for the playoffs. But I have to double check.
See, Desi said, yeah, Niners. Yeah, her brother's a Niners fan, so he's a big time 49ers fan. Yeah, they're just like I feel like that's that threat, man. Like honestly, I don't see anybody else in the NFC being a threat to us. I really don't see Dallas, man. There's people that like that. Nah, man. Like I think we'd steamroll them in the playoffs. In Philly,
I think Dallas is better with Cooper Rush at quarterback than Dak Prescott, man. I don't know if that's a crazy take, but I'm like, dude, I saw the games they played with Cooper Rush, even though they were a little bit closer. I thought they played better with Cooper Rush, man. I don't know. Dak makes too many critical mistakes.
Dak's weird. He's weird, man. Like he's got games where he blows teams out, and then there's other games, man, where he just throws pick after pick, and I don't like what is this. He's got to be like the most inconsistent quarterback in football, man, right now. I don't know what's like. It's wild. Like the guy, like they hung 40 up on Minnesota, and then you go and you lose to Jacksonville. They almost lost. They almost lost to the Texans. They should have lost.
They should have lost.
It's crazy.
But they got a good defense, man. And defense travel well in the playoff. Dallas defense is really good with Michael Parsons leading. They got a good defense.
Yeah, I want to say one thing that a lot of people are overlooking, man. I was looking at the numbers, and I actually have them right here. So Michael Parsons right now, he's got 13 sacks, right? That's a lot. We got Hassan Reddick, who's right behind him with 12. Like a lot of people ain't talking about that, man. Hassan Reddick is quietly having a phenomenal year.
He made the Pro Bowl.
Yeah. Absolutely. But I will say, man, like I know the reason why I think Parsons, why he's really like the favorite though, is because he changes the dynamic of the team, right? Like he changes the whole dynamic of that defense is Michael Parsons. I think you take Parsons out, I agree with you. Like it's not that defense isn't anywhere near the same energy. Whereas Nick Bosa's got more sacks, but that Niners defense, Nick Bosa is like the key leader, but you take him out, I still think the Niners defense is better than Dallas. Whereas if you take Parsons out, they're like nothing.
Yeah, no, that's their leader. That's the heart of the. I think not only is he the leader of the defense, I think he's the leader of the team. I think he surpassed Dak Prescott in terms of leadership. I think they go as he goes, honestly.
Yeah,
right. I agree.
Skip said that too. He said we'll go as far as Michael Parsons takes us.
Yeah.
He called him something stupid. He called him like 11 from heaven or something.
11 from heaven.
Or something dumb. Like, I was watching as soon as like Dallas lost that game. I was waiting for Stephen A to put something up on YouTube, man. Like right away, dude. He had a video up.
He's cracking up. He does that every time.
Yo,
my man's be having too much fun, man. Trolling the Cowboys, I love it.
He's like, what can go wrong will go wrong. Didn't I tell you?
Bro, I can't imagine what it's gonna be like if Dallas makes the playoffs and they end up losing in the first round to one of the NFC South teams, man. Dude, what a massive choke job that would be if that happened.
That's gonna be bad.
Speaking of that, I got a statistic for you. Let me pull it up just to make sure that I have the number right. Because I gotta find this. Hold on.
I mean, they should be able to be whoever comes out of that division, man. But if they don't, holy shit, dude. I'm like, man.
They won't even get a chance to touch us. That's a shame. Like,
another one and done, Rob.
Cowboys fans won't be able to talk to us anymore. Like what?
Yeah. Yo, so Tom Brady is. Wow. Yeah, no, Tom Brady is 7-0 against Dallas in his career.
But they have to make it though, man. It's getting very close. The other teams, they're only a game behind.
I know, but that's something that I swear Brady's never lost to Dallas. That is absolutely insane. I swear, if they go to Tampa Bay, if Tampa Bay makes it, they go to Tampa Bay and they lose to Tom Brady.
Tampa Bay is so bad and they lose. Oh man.
Dude, one of their wins this year is against them. I mean, it was the first game of the season, but still, their first game of the season, they beat Dallas. Yeah. Man, I don't know what it is. Dallas will always find a way. I mean, I'll be honest. If I'm being realistic, I say if they play Tampa in the first round, they'll beat Tampa. But that's as far as they probably go.
Most likely, yeah, they're most likely to beat Tampa.
Yeah, well, at least Tampa will have home field, so they got that going for them at least.
Yeah. Well, that's as far as they go, I'd say, because unless because they will play us the second round no matter what, unless the Vikings or San Francisco loses. Now the Vikings, who knows? Imagine they go and play the Giants and they lose or something. Dallas would still play what? They will play the Niners next week. So either way,
it depends who gets that second seed because Minnesota right now is in the second seed because they have one fewer loss in San Francisco.
I'm
So.
just saying, like, God forbid, like, Minnesota loses a game. They would Dallas.
Oh
would
yeah,
still
yeah,
play.
yeah. No,
They're going to either play us or the Niners. I don't see the Niners losing in the first round, so they're going to play either us or the Niners in that second round. So that's as far as Dallas will go. Is the first round? I think. If they play San Fran, it's going to be just like last year. They're going to lose to San Fran.
Yeah. That's
But
probably true.
let me see what the playoff as of right now. Let's see what we got.
I think
So right now,
I think it's all the NFC East teams getting in at the moment, right? Unless if Detroit managed to sneak in.
yeah, no. As of right now, we have obviously we're number 1. We got the Vikings in 2, San Francisco in 3, Dallas in 5, and then number 4. It says it's funny. Number 4 is still in the hunt, the Buccaneers, and then you have number 6 and 7. You have the Giants at 6, and then the Commanders at 7, and Seattle's sitting right there. That tie is what's separating Washington and Seattle, and then also the Lions are 7 and 7. The Packers are 6 and 8, still in the hunt. Crazy to say, but the Saints are still in the hunt, and the Falcons because of that division, and the Panthers.
Yeah.
So.
That's crazy, man, to have the whole division in the playoffs. Holy shit. Like, that's never been done before.
Yeah.
For real. And then on the AFC, you have the Bills at the number 1 spot at 11 and 3. Chiefs are 11 and 3, but I guess because the Bills have the tiebreaker.
Yeah, they beat Kansas City head to head. So, yeah, the Chiefs are going to play hard to get that number 1 seed.
That's big. You got the Bengals at 3, Titans at 4, overrated as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Tannehill's
out for the year.
Yeah, they got exposed against us. That was where they got exposed.
Mm-hmm.
Ravens at 9 and 5 are sitting in the 5th, and then you got the Chargers at 6, Miami's at 7. Patriots are sitting right on the outside. Same with the Jets, and the Jags are still in it too. The Raiders, the Browns, Steelers. All those teams will probably be out like this week, but the Jaguars, as crazy as it sounds, like that's another thing. Dougie P really hasn't playing lately. Like Trevor Lawrence has actually looked pretty good like the last few weeks.
About time.
Remember when he played us? We were saying. Remember that we were watching it at Xfinity. We were saying how terrible he was. We're like, dude, he's
garbage. He's
garbage, man.
He's improved as the season going on, man. We're finally starting to see that Trevor Lawrence that played in Clemson, man. They used to just smoke teams week in and week out, man.
Yeah. He had so much hype coming in, man. That's the problem. Like you have those type of expectations, man. You better deliver.
Yeah. I mean, he's playing well lately, so let's see if he can make that consistent. That's the key.
Exactly. I think this team with the Eagles, I really think like if we, Hurts back in the playoffs, we get the 1 seed. I really think that we should go to the Super Bowl. We play our game in, we'll go to the Super Bowl, and then even if whoever we play in the AFC, it would be obviously a good game. But if we play our game, we should win. I really think we could take it this year, man. I really do.
Yeah, man, our team is loaded. No weaknesses, really. Like to be honest, no really strong weaknesses I can notice. So.
Yeah,
like my man's is saying, it's our championship to lose, to be honest.
Exactly. It really is. They have what was I gonna say? Even CJ Gardner-Johnson is coming back apparently. Like first round of the playoffs that we play, and we get the 1 seed and we have the bye. CJ Gardner-Johnson will be back, so we're gonna have a loaded team going into the playoffs, man. There's not too many times where you really see the Eagles. They have that type of team, man. Even the Super Bowl year, we had a lot of injuries.
Mm-hmm. Right, going in and that's the key, man. Being healthy. That's another dynamic that people forget about. The fact that we're so healthy going into the playoffs, or we're going to be so healthy going into the playoffs. I mean, Super Bowl or bust this year, man. That's what we chanted. Super Bowl or bust.
Can you imagine where it's come down to that, bro? Who would ever thought about that like last year?
Who would have thought? Yeah, I was.
We were just happy to even make it to the playoffs. And now it's like Super Bowl or bust. I'm like crazy, dude.
It's wild, man. Like 5 years later, we're back here. It's crazy. Yeah. 5 years later, man, a long 5 years. I'm not gonna lie. The year after the Super Bowl, if Alshon don't drop that ball, man, who really knows what happened? I'm gonna be honest. Like we could have been going back. I'm not saying we're gonna win it, but man. But then after that, it was like we had the next year where Wentz got in, and then Clowney hit him in the first game, and then he's out. And
Yeah,
then
he's never been the same since that.
Never been the same.
His confidence was just shot to shit after that. It's a wrap,
Yeah.
man.
Nick
I'm
Foles,
worried. I'm worried his career might not be over, man. Because now down there in Washington, man, Tyler Heineke, man, is upstaging him, so he might not even go back to Washington next year. I don't know which team is going to pick him up.
He might be done, to be honest, because Indy kicked him out quick. He didn't. Now he's getting outshined in Washington. Who's going to want him?
I agree with that.
Maybe Houston.
They're gonna draft. They're gonna draft.
Yeah, they can just draft, man. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, do you like Wentz even on a crappy team? Is he really the guy you want to bring in to try to literally put your franchise around him? No, like to lead your franchise. Why would you believe in him? I agree with Rob on that one. Marius, I think I was telling you earlier in the year. I think that this was his last chance to really rejuvenate his career was in Washington, and now that he proved that he couldn't do it. He could maybe be a backup on some team. Like some team might take him as a backup, but I think it's going to be hard for him to find a starting job in the NFL now.
Yeah, I agree. He always leads the league in getting sacked a lot. I don't know if he leads right now, but that's one of his big issues: getting sacked, interceptions, and teams don't like turnovers. Man, you can't. Like they rather you manage the game than be a turnover machine.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Look at Cooper Rush when he came in for Dallas. He didn't throw the ball. He didn't throw many picks. So it's like if you could be a solid game manager, man, like you can.
Yeah, his problem is he holds on to the ball too long, man.
Right.
He holds on to the ball too long, and he gets sacked, and he just puts the team in a bad position.
He's got those loose mitts too, man. He just can't hold on to it, man. Somebody comes in the pocket, man. He don't know how to hold on to it, dude. Like people just come in, they take it away from him. They like take his lunch money. It's crazy.
They said he has twinkle toes. Like whenever the the pocket gets hot, he starts, jumping up and down, and like he panics with the ball. So.
Yeah, I heard that he panics, man. Like you saw when we played him, man. The first time we played Washington, man, we had like 10 sacks on him, dude.
2 fumbles. He fumbled like twice.
They said Wentz, like you could tell, man. He looked like he saw ghosts, man, when he came out of that game. You just like Hassan Reddick and like Sweat and Cox and all them. They were Brandon Graham. They were in that backfield all day.
Yeah,
that was a sack fest, man. I couldn't do it. I was like, all right. I think the whole defense got a sack on Wentz that day, man.
Dude, it's crazy, man. This entire defense, like a lot of that defensive line, a lot of them have almost 10 sacks. I think Hargraves has 10. Like it's crazy. Like you have Brandon Graham. I think he's got like 9.5 or something. Like it's insane, man. Like Hassan Reddick has the most, but like they're all like right there, man.
Even Josh Sweat, who doesn't start, right? Even
I
Josh
think
Sweat
is like 8.5. I think.
Yeah, I think so much of the focus is on the offense, man, about what Jalen Hurts is doing. That not many people are paying attention just how good our defense is, man. But they're going to find out when we get in the playoffs. Don't worry.
Total defense. Total defense. They talk about the Niners. We're step for step, man. I looked it up. Numbers wise, we're right behind them at number 2. Like we're right there though. Like we're so close, man, to like they go by like yards per game and like touchdowns. We're like neck and neck with the Niners, man. And in takeaways, we lead the entire NFL in takeaways.
And that's what I'm saying. Like we have no weaknesses, really. Strong offense, strong defense, strong O-line. It's like there's really no weaknesses we have. Like that's why I'm like, this is the best team we've had in a while. That's why it's Super Bowl or bust, man.
For real. There's no excuses, man. You go in healthy, there's no reason this team should not be able to go to the Super Bowl and win it. There really isn't.
I guess it depends on who comes out of the AFC. I mean, if it's the Bills.
You play Kansas City, it'll be a good one, man. Kansas City.
Even Buffalo's going to be a good one with Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. They got a good team, too. I mean, you just never know. Yeah. But at the very least, we should get to the Super Bowl for 4.
Get there, yeah. That's what I was saying. Get there, winning it. That's a different story. But
anything could happen. Anything could happen in the Super Bowl, right? I mean, it's one game, one day. Anything could happen. But yeah, no, getting there, absolutely. The NFC goes through Philadelphia. There is no reason we can't get there. We stay healthy. Knock on wood.
Yeah, well, if we get that dub, that 24-17 win, man, we've already locked it down on Saturday, man. That's what's up.
Come on, Birds. Give us our early Christmas present, man. Give us our early Christmas present.
What are the chances that Santa's going to go over Jerry World, man?
Yeah, what if Minshew went in there, man? It was like 48-14 or something.
Oh.
I would just say Dallas, just stay home. Don't go to the playoffs. Just stay home.
Yeah, give that spot to somebody else, man.
Just tell the Lions, hey, here, you want it? Just take the spot, man. I don't even want it anymore.
All right. Skip Bayless is gonna have high blood pressure in the morning. I'll tell you that.
We got nothing to lose going into this game now, man. Because for honestly, man, we lose. What's the big deal? Like at that point, wow, we lost to Dallas, but what we could say is just like they did. Oh, you played our backup. Remember when we played Cooper Rush? They're like, oh, you played our backup. That's what we'll tell them. Well, you played our backup. So
Man, that's why I think, dude. I thought he played fine, man. That's why I think he should start over Prescott, dude. I really do.
Yeah, pressure's off of us, man. We got Minshew going into their building. All the pressures on Dallas to win that game. There's no pressure on the Eagles going into that game.
Yeah, look for Prescott to throw a couple more interceptions, man. Maybe we can make him pay.
Dude, he can. That's the thing. Hurts is out, but that don't stop the fact that we got the number 2 defense in football and with the number 1 takeaways in the league. And Dak Prescott's got to face us. He hasn't faced us once this year. The first time we played Cooper Rush. So I don't care what Dak's record is against the Eagles in his history. He's got a good record against us, but he hasn't played this defense yet.
Yeah,
he could definitely make mistakes. Like if he throws picks in their own zone, we're already in field goal range. Like Minshew just got to game manage.
And you already know we're gonna come after them on defense. We definitely coming after them. So let's see how he plays against the number 2 defense.
Exactly. Essentially, we're almost number 1 for him. Like it's we got the worst statistic that he wants to go up against. It's number 1 in takeaways. There's a lot of picks, man. So he's got his hands full on Saturday.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Man, I'm hoping, and then like it would be so sweet if we go in there and someone beat them with our backup.
That's the ultimate disrespect, man.
Yeah, they're like one of the number 1 teams in getting to the quarterback. But one of the things about Dallas is they're not. I saw somebody was talking about that this week. They're not particularly good against the run. They're like 18th or 19th against the run or something like that. So you can run the football with Sanders.
Yeah, what we did, I think what we did last time, we ran right at Michael Parsons.
Yeah.
So run right at him.
Yeah, and don't forget, Lane Johnson shut Parsons down, man. Dallas really did start getting on the board until Lane went out.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, dude. I'm shocked that nobody like really points that out, man. Like if you look at that game, man, when Lane Johnson was in the game, Parsons didn't do a damn thing, man. And then once Lane Johnson went out the game, that's when Parsons got rolling and Dallas started getting back, man. So I'm hoping Lane does the same thing this Saturday, man. Shuts his ass down for good.
Yeah, Lane was his daddy, man. He was nowhere to be found. There was a missing persons report from Michael Parsons, man, when Lane was in the game. They're like, yo, have you seen this guy? What happened to him?
Last seen at Lincoln Financial Field. Haven't seen him since.
Dude, it was crazy. And then he started getting to the quarterback as soon as Lane had that like foot injury where he walked out and hobbled out. That's when Michael Parsons just started like you had our backup in like on the offensive line, like Lane's backup. So I think I saw something. Lane hasn't allowed a sack on a quarterback in over 2 years. That's crazy.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, he'll take a holding penalty. He'll take a holding penalty before he'll take a sack, man. He does not allow anybody to touch the quarterback on his side, man.
Lane is elite, man. Elite tackle.
He is, man. He's so underrated.
Yeah.
Mylotta, Kelsey, them guys they're gamers, man.
Y'all know our offensive line, all of them made the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, I saw that, man.
Mylotta and I forgot the right guard's name. They're alternates, so they're not in the Pro Bowl technically, but literally they all made the Pro Bowl. Literally.
Yeah, dude, it's insane. That's
best
offensive line in football. Best offensive line in football.
Yeah. Well deserved.
That's what's that guy's name? I forget who the offensive line coach is. Mylotta said his name when he was like when they were announcing like where they came from, like university wise. Hold up. O-line. I gotta find out what his name is now. I forget. Jeff Stoutland. Yeah, no, they have Mylotta. They were like, he's like Jordan Mylotta. He's like Jeff Stoutland University. Dude, it was so funny. I was like, yo, but he is a good offensive line coach, man. Like, even when we had Brandon Brooks when he was healthy, man, he was like best offensive lineman in football, dude. Like it's like, but when we used to have him, and he was hurt all the time. But when he was healthy, top tier, man.
Yes.
We always have a good O line. Like that's the one good thing about us.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
the one good thing Mitchell has going for him, man. At least they have a goal line that's going to protect him.
Exactly. I think Minshew could do some damage, man. Last year they were talking about, oh, they blew us out with Minshew. He also didn't have no AJ Brown last year, man. You got an AJ Brown on the team now, man. Like it's different. Like the whole dynamic.
If Mitchell plays smart, man, I mean, doesn't turn the ball over, man. I think we can beat Dallas, man. I really do.
Yeah, because last year, what did they do? They just double covered Devontae.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, we're gonna run on them most
year.
likely. We're probably gonna run on Dallas a lot. So Mitchell won't have to do much. Then get off the play action, the RPO, go deep to AJ Brown. It's probably gonna be the game plan. So
exactly. I agree 24-17. I think it'll be, a close game, but I absolutely like if they lose to Dallas, they lose to them, but I could absolutely see the Eagles winning this game. Absolutely.
Yeah, I got the final. If I had to predict, my final score would be Eagles 27, Cowboys 24.
Field goal to win it.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a close game for sure.
Yeah, man. So we'll see what happens, man. I could definitely see it though. Yeah, Minshew's not a bad backup either, man. He's like probably a top 5 backup in the league. So you have a pretty decent backup that can do damage.
Right. He was a starter once before, so
exactly.
He was a perfect backup to have.
I heard Nick Foles is starting for the Colts this weekend.
I think it's too late though, man. They're just too far down. They're just too far down, man.
Yeah, I don't know if they can make it.
Imagine Nick Foles brings them to the Super Bowl.
Yo, they are still in the hunt. They're the last team in the hunt at 4-9-1. Yo, barely. So the only team that's eliminated in the AFC is the Texans. They're number 14th. The number 14th team in the AFC is the Colts at 4-9-1. Yo, what if like every team just starts losing and Nick Foles takes them to the playoffs? Yo, it's Foles versus
that'd be hilarious.
Can you imagine, dude? Like Indy goes on the road every game in the playoffs and they win. They beat the Chiefs.
Jeff Saturday's gonna be a legend. That happens, man. Damn,
they're gonna put a statue of Nick Foles in Indianapolis too.
He's got statues everywhere he goes. Can you imagine like the Jaguars make it too? They both make it, and then like it's like he goes to play Doug Peterson.
Dude, what a dream scenario that would be.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know. That's not happening. That would be so funny. There's a lot of people that still like. I know when Hurts was here, they're like, "Oh, bring Nick Foles back." I was like, "Let's be realistic. Like Nick Foles, he caught lightning in a bottle. He was phenomenal in the playoffs that year, but I mean, he hasn't been phenomenal over his career, man. We've seen, dude. He loses out on coaching positions all the time. I mean, starting positions.
Yeah, he had a lot of chances to be a great starter, but it just didn't work out. A lot of opportunities.
Yeah, guys are hard workers. It's a shame. I listened to his audiobook after he won the Super Bowl. I forget what it's called, but
Relentless, or was that the Michael Jordan book?
That was like Jordan's trainer. It was his name. Tim Grover. Yeah, no, that's a different book. But Nick Foles had released a book after he had won the Super Bowl, and it's actually a pretty good book to be honest. But it just goes to show like where he came from and how he got let go by Chip Kelly, and how he went to St. Louis, and then like his career was almost over with Jeff Fisher, and then it was rejuvenated when he came back here.
It was actually it was Andy Reid that saved his career because Andy told him to like come play for the Chiefs, so he was the backup to the Chiefs, and then kind of brought him into the league. Andy kind of got his confidence back, even though he wasn't a starter for him, and then we ended up picking him up, man, and it's the rest is history. Exactly. But Big Red saved him, man. I'm so happy.
Exactly, man.
Yeah, then he got that big contract with the Jaguars, and then that fell out. And I think right after he went to the Bears, if I'm correct.
Yeah. To be honest, man, it would have been interesting if he was there with Doug Peterson in Jacksonville right now. That would be interesting because they have a good relationship together. That would actually be really interesting. But they're better. To be honest, in my opinion, they're better off with Trevor Lawrence. You know what I mean? He's
young.
That's their future.
Yeah,
exactly. And Doug Peterson's good with quarterbacks, man. So we'll see. You saw how bad it was when what was his name from Ohio State was there? What's his name?
Ohio State.
The guy who was the Ohio State's coach. What's his name again?
Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer,
Yeah, he's not only. Like I said, man, Jim Harbaugh is the only one that can coach college and NFL, man. Like Urban Meyer got exposed when he went to Jacksonville, man. He's a great college coach, but man, he can't coach in the NFL worth a shit, man. I think they ended up winning like 2 or 3 games last year, man. That's why they were a lottery team again, dude.
He's so bad, bro.
Yeah. College is it's NFL is different than college, man.
Way different.
You don't play scrubs week in and week out, man. There's no like Georgia Southern or some bullshit like that, man. You play like professionals week in and week out. So
yeah, that's the thing about
Urban,
the NFL.
Urban learned that the hard way, man. I don't know how Jim Harbaugh does it. I give the dude mad props. I mean, he went from Alex Smith to Colin Kaepernick, went to the Super Bowl, and now he's doing great in Michigan. Who knows? They might win the final this year. So he is the only one that's like been able to, have success in both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, when Saban came to the NFL, he was terrible.
Yeah. Oh yeah, with Miami.
When Nick Saban came, man, he was terrible, dude. It's just Chip Kelly, terrible.
Terrible.
That playbook that only had 5 plays.
Terrible.
I heard he'd be like the players. He would tell players like you need to get in shape, and he'd have them drinking protein shakes. But this dude was like so out of shape. They're like, yo, nobody's gonna respect you, bro. Like you over here freaking eat McDonald's, and you got your players like trying to be like a general. Like you need to be out here. Like these players are just gonna look at you and just laugh at you. Like, dude,
the players are eating spinach while Chip Kelly's eating a Happy Meal.
Terrible, man. Before we end, man, what do you guys think about Dallas Goedert coming back? You think it's going to be a big impact?
Oh, yeah. I think he's going to help out Gardner Minshew a lot, man. That's going to be one added weapon that he can use. Like I said, if Minshew plays smart, if we protect him well, man, and he manages the game well, he can use Goddard to his advantage. That's going to open up the game well for A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. And, yeah, man, I think that's a big boost. He's definitely going to need that.
Yeah. Just like Mario said, just another weapon added, man, to the arsenal. And the thing about Goddard, he's also a great blocker. So that's going to improve our run game as well. So, man, adding Goddard is just adding more knives to the tools, man. It's getting even better.
That's the one thing about Goddard that Ertz really was never really good at blocking. He's a really good blocker, Goddard, for sure. Yeah, no, and honestly, man, like underrated, like Goddard before he got injured, he's on pace to be like a top 5 tight end this year, man, in the league. Like top 5, like it's people don't really talk about it, man. Like, but that I agree. Another weapon to the arsenal. He could be healthy for the playoffs. That's great. I think I'm underrated coming back for the playoffs. Gardner Johnson is going to be a big one. He still leads the league. He's tied for the most interceptions in the NFL right now, and he's been out for what, weeks now?
Yeah,
he's still tied. Still tied, man. He's got like 7 or 8.
It's crazy.
It's going to be interesting for sure. It looks like the background. It looks like we're in the club box. You see, it's got like the first club box.
Yeah.
All right, Steve with the hookup. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Yo, we ran out of club box.
Yo, are you gonna give me a Rob NFC Championship tickets if they make it? Bro?
NFC Championship club box sweet tickets, man.
Sponsored by Locked In Podcast.
Yo, Rob, we're gonna be up there in the suite, dog.
Yeah, Locked In Podcast putting this on.
Like, yo, I should tag the Eagles, but like, yo, can you hook us up with some tickets if we go to the NFC Championship? Like,
we're your number one fans.
Merry Christmas.
Oh God.
Oh man. Well, I mean, I appreciate you guys coming on, man. I think this is going to be an interesting Christmas Eve. I think the Eagles could really win it. Playoffs, I agree with kind of everyone here. Like, just it's ours to lose at that point. We go in healthy, it goes through us. Getting to the Super Bowl, I think, should be a gimme. Like, I don't want to say a gimme, but it should be a given. If we play our style of football, we should be able to get there. And then whatever happens in the Super Bowl happens. Goddard's going to be big. Hurts, I think. I don't know, man. I don't. Maybe they should insert him in that Saints game just so he's not super rusty. But overall, man, feeling great about this team. But I appreciate you guys definitely coming on and giving your insights tonight. I know everything's kind of crazy with the holidays, but I appreciate you guys.
Yes, sir. No problem. It's been a pleasure. talking with you guys, and all great points spit today. So for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man, I enjoy coming on here, man, as usual, dude. Rob, it was good seeing you, man. I haven't seen you since the vote, bro. You know, we got to link up soon, man. Outside the scenes, stuff like that, man. But thank you for inviting me, bro. I appreciate it, man. And hopefully we can have another one down the line when the Eagles get to the Super Bowl, man. I'm definitely
Yes,
want to come on for that
sir.
one, too.
Yes, sir. Special podcast, Super Bowl. So
Yeah, absolutely. And Marius, actually, I think we
Yeah. And not only that, man, when they get to the NFC Championship game, maybe we can do the podcast from the press box. Who knows?
Yeah, man, Rob. I think my last time seeing you was the Cowboys game. Actually, Marius, remember we were actually at Chickies and Pete's.
Oh, my bad,
Yeah.
bro. I forgot.
Yeah.
Richard's birthday. My bad,
And we
man.
were at Xfinity before that. Remember for
And
Richard's
yeah, that sounds
for
like the
Richard's
boat.
birthday.
I see you recently.
Oh,
Yeah, that was a while ago.
you know, I got short-term memory syndrome. Come on.
Go Birds! Merry Christmas. Let me
Yes,
see
sir.
who for
Merry
that.
Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I want to give the credit whoever. Let me see. I think I was Todd. Yeah. Merry Christmas. Appreciate y'all.
Merry Christmas to you, my man.
Yeah, with that being said, guys, I guess we'll just wrap it up right here. Yeah, appreciate you guys. Spend time with your families, have a happy, healthy holiday, eat some good food, watch some good football. But and it says Bird Gang down here too. But yeah, man, appreciate you guys, and we'll talk more like over the holidays. All right, guys.
Yes, sir.
So,
All right,
Got it,
guys.
man. Got it.
I was looking to grab my
Thank
shirt like I had an Eagle shirt on, but I got the hat.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Appreciate you, fellas. Have a great night.
You got it, man.
Peace.
Anytime, man.
Happy
Have a good night,
holidays.
man. Happy holidays to you guys, man. Bye-bye.
Merry
Later.
Christmas.
All right, guys. Play the outro here, but to everybody else out there, happy holidays, guys. Appreciate y'all tuning in. If you guys liked this this episode of the podcast, you know what it is. Smash that like button. Also, if you're not already subscribed to us on YouTube, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button because it helps us ultimately. If you want to comment, even if you're watching after this live stream, feel free to comment down below. It really helps our channel on YouTube and on Facebook. And with that being said, guys, have a very, very happy holidays, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. Have a very, very happy holiday. We will still be here next week amongst other holiday festivities as New Year's around the corner. Whether we go live on Thursday or Wednesday, we have to kind of figure that out for next week. But that being said, guys, from the bottom of my heart, from my family to yours, my family here at the podcast and my family in general, have a very, very happy holiday. We'll see you next week for episode 111, episode 111. Take care, guys. Have a good one.